But it's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks
The
for
lead
song.
singer died at age 31.
Wow.
He is the songwriter of this song. And it was a victim accident on stage and he fell. And,
That must have rocked the nation.
yeah.
Holy.
But it makes me wonder, if he never died, would he have changed the history of Cantonese pop?
加拿大声乐老师高度评价 Beyond 黄家驹海阔天空 live 舞台。
見到你哋咁忍唔住要企喺度添。
This is old.
That's
嗱呢隻歌咧，
What?
That's Beyond, the greatest Cantonese rock band.
They're Cantonese
yes.
and rock
yes.
and old.
They're
And they're
like
called Beyond.
Beyond. They're like the Beatles of Hong Kong.
I'm nervous. What if I don't like it?
I don't know.
Here
Be
we go.
honest. Be honest.
Okay.
就送俾今晚到嚟支持我哋 Beyond 樂隊嘅每一。
I like his shag mullet so far. So
He
good.
already passed away.
So my initial reaction is even I hear the Cantonese-ness of it, but I like them. And I like that it does feel Beatlesy, like the back vocals and stuff. This is really, really interesting. This is actually really interesting. So he just used a tight little riff and his vibrato is very contained. So the way they're saying the words is more Cantonese. I don't know how to emulate it. It's very like the consonants. Show me, you do like Cantonese.
Which one? Which line?
I don't know, like it's just like some like I don't know how to emulate it properly. What really makes it feel. Just wait. No, that's the section I really like. He's like, yes, exactly. So that's actually very, I don't know, I could say westernized or I could say just relatable to me and not affected by actually, I take back Western, not affected. Just very like kind of blank slate.
Neutral.
Yeah, the place where I, like just when he's singing through the lyrics in the beginning is when, like, what is it that makes Cantonese feel that bouncy way? It's like some yeah. It's like
a little bit push, a little bit staccato is
yes.
usually, well, at least a lot of the things that you heard from Jackie.
Yeah, who knows what it's turned into? But the stuff you've shown me so far feels, in my mind, if I was to show you how it felt, it sounds like some dum hi dum dum dum. Like it's very like
pushy,
but chunky. Like you're right, staccato, and it really goes into the consonants. Some dum, like they sit in the M's.
Yeah.
But this, like that's some of the fastest little. That's a fast little riff turnaround, like faster than a lot of the modern stuff we hear. I also have to be honest, this is because it's so old, it's very raw. And I love watching footage like this, and they seem really real. Like they don't seem it, they are. This is. There's interestingly too, to my ear, there's like a folkness. So to me, like, and it's, yeah, what would be an example? Like a in my world, there's a folk vibe, and it's like a melody that I would associate. Perfect. I like it. For this genre especially. So we've got him using a tight little bounce, which is pure agility, a cry. This is really, really interesting. I'm glad you put this in front of me. This is really, really interesting. So what is this, 70s, 80s, 70s?
This song?
I don't know, this performance maybe?
It's probably in the very early 1990s.
90s, okay.
Or late 80s, something like that.
Two guitar necks. Do you like what it is just to be cool and funny, and like what would you even do with the upper one? Just wedge your hand in there and
I don't know. Like one is more bassy, one is more treble. I don't know.
I don't know. Like that, is there something in there that's reminiscent of Cantonese? That word, that vowel?
Well, it's all Cantonese right now.
Of course,
yeah.
but I mean the way, I don't know, like yes!
You have to do it. There's almost like a little bit of pitch bend, right?
Yeah. Okay, so just to recap, I probably have asked you this before, but Cantonese and Mandarin are completely different in that there's no overlap, right? There's no like same words pronounced differently or something. They're completely different words.
They share the same characters, but Cantonese is a much more ancient Chinese language than Mandarin. Mandarin came way after.
But I'm saying, okay, that's interesting.
So Cantonese is
that
almost
makes sense.
Like old, ancient Chinese almost.
If you look at French and English, which are, some might argue, less related than Cantonese and Mandarin. For example, the word surprise. I don't want to screw this up. I hope if anybody French is watching this. But I think surprise might be like surprise. Do you know what I'm saying? Like surprise.
Originally?
Surprise.
Like
no, I
back
think
then?
No, like now.
In French.
Yes. How do you say surprise in French?
Surprendre.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with it.
But it does. So surprise, surprendre. So they're related, I guess is what I'm saying.
But who came first?
I don't know. But is there an overlap in Cantonese and Mandarin where there's a similar sound, or half the word is similar, or it's like the same but you pronounce it differently?
Oh yeah, every character is similar.
So it's similar.
Yes.
So that line that you demoed for me.
Yeah.
Could you demo it in Mandarin, or is it not like that?
So for example, 霧裏分不清影蹤. If I'm doing it in Mandarin, it will be like 霧裏分不清影蹤. So very similar. One is 霧裏分
But it's not similar at all. It's
see the second part sounds similar. 分不清影蹤. In Mandarin, 分不清影蹤.
okay.
Right? 霧裏分
Lui.
霧裏分
So it's lui, two vowels. Lui.
霧裏分 无厘分.
So it's less of the pitch. It's less of the pitch deviation, right? It's less of the tone.
It's
Tone.
more complicated. It's your vowel shape. It's your positioning of your tongue.
Interesting.
It's very complicated.
I think what I'm realizing is the deeper we get into this project, the more curious I am about languages, about my biases, my relationship to music and intervals, melodies, what's my personal taste, what have I been sort of conditioned to like because of what I've been exposed to, this project has just blown so much open for me. Some days it actually stresses me out a lot because it makes me question my taste, question my rationale for liking what I like and not liking what I like. Some days I love it. Some days I love that I have had the opportunity to be exposed to this stuff, but it can stress me out. Yeah. Actually, I want to say one more thing. Thank you guys for the grace of allowing me to move and shift. Because I bet you if I watched some of these videos from months ago, I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I feel like I don't know, things shift and the way I respond to things shifts. So thank you for the grace for letting me learn, giving me space to learn and time to learn and get familiar with the sounds and the language and the songwriting and the artists themselves. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all part of learning the culture.
Thanks for sticking by the
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's not trying to be anything or anyone or riff a certain way or use certain techniques. It's just innately who he is.
Yeah.
That smoke, I'm sure, has come a long distance as the years have unfolded, but I was just talking with another artist friend of mine, and we were saying how uncomfortable it is as a vocalist when they blow that smoke at you. And some gigs I play, they'll put the smoke, the place where it actually enters the room will be quite close. And they say, oh, it's fine, it's water vapor, it's totally fine. But my nose immediately gets plugged and everything just feels so stupid. And it's this argument we have with the set designers and the tech where we're like, take it out or move it away or put it somewhere. And they're like, no, it looks really good and we want it to come right from behind you. And it's like, get it out of here. Something about this just, I think, is reminding me how universal music is. I spend so much time comparing Chinese music versus Western music, or these riffs versus those, or this artist versus that. But there's something about this that is just so timeless, and that's just what is there, 4 band members? It's a dude at a drum, and a dude on a bass, and a dude with a guitar in his hand, and they're doing this very ancient and universal tradition of just emotionally doing something with a musical instrument, and people are drawn to it. There's nothing more relatable than that. Of all things, this band is reminding me how more similar we are than different. I wish music was this live still. So badly, I wish I saw more singers presented to me this way. I know that it would be more imperfect. I know that there would be more wrong notes and errors. And it's not that I want to see the seedy underbelly of artists or I want to judge them for their mistakes. I legitimately am like gassed up when I see artists' most natural, raw state. This audience is loving them perfectly fine, almost more when it's so real. The music industry is convinced that we need and want to see polish. We need to see perfection. And as a matter of fact, our ears as fans are pretty damn used to hearing perfection, rhythmically, pitch-wise, everything. Everything is polished now. And I think there's a time and a place, but man, I miss this. I can't help it. And I mean, even myself, when I go to play live shows, because of what I'm exposed to in the music industry at large, sometimes when I sing a note that's off or whatever, I'm like, oh, I wish I had something to fix this live. I wish that I, had Justin Bieber or, I wish I had some big team to make this so that I just looked so polished. But then when I see this, I'm like, no, I don't. I just want to be real. I just want to be real. And I want people to have an appetite for it. And people will only have an appetite for it if we keep exposing them. These guitar solos are quite interesting. They're all like ding, 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 ding. Like they very much follow the melody and they're very like eighth notey, quarter notey, eighth notey. They're not like adventurous and it's very Beatlesy. I don't mean they're not adventurous like in a bad way. I just mean they're kind of in the box. They're not trying to be experimental or anything other than just like that was really fun.
That was the most popular Cantonese song in history.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there is even a hook to the melody that there's part of the melody that reminds me of Candle in the Wind by Elton John, but that's not.
How does that go?
And it seems like a candle in the wind. I don't know, there's something melodically that keeps reminding me of it. It feels very folk to me. But it was cool.
Yeah.
Thanks
the
for
lead
showing
singer died at age 31.
Wow.
He is the songwriter of this song. And it was due to an accident on stage, actually. He fell. And
That must have rocked the nation.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, that's such a tragedy.
Do you remember?
Oh, no, you know what?
Too young.
Yeah, even we were too young at that time. But it makes me wonder, if he never died, would he have changed the history of Cantonese pop? Because
Ooh, that's really
Jackie
interesting.
Chan came way after him. So they're not the same era, okay?
If he was around to hold more of this influence of the more wild and raw
Yeah,
and more...
and also, because we also just reviewed Sandy.
Mhm.
Sandy didn't have any of that Japanese influence, like the
No,
push or the
not at all.
vibrato.
No.
None of it. So it makes me wonder, like the earlier artists of Hong Kong, the Cantonese artists, maybe they were immune, like they were not part of the whole deep vibrato push. I don't know, actually more.
Very interesting. Like, what a rabbit hole.
海阔天空是黄家驹的经典之作，它旋律激昂，充满激情与斗志，是 Beyond 乐队从1983年到1993年10年心路历程的体现。歌曲表达了黄家驹对自由、理想的追求和对香港乐坛的挣扎失望。其不屈不挠的精神激励着无数人，成为了一代人的精神支柱，具有极高的音乐价值和深远的影响力。海阔天空诞生于 Beyond 乐队进军日本乐坛的艰难时期，面对商业压力与文化隔阂，黄家驹以音乐人的纯粹坚持对抗行业异化。歌词中多少次迎着冷眼与嘲笑，直指音乐理想与现实的冲突。作品完成于黄家驹意外离世前1个月，宿命般成为其音乐遗嘱，赋予歌曲悲壮的生命力。在1997年香港回归等历史节点，这首歌被赋予超越音乐的社会隐喻，成为一代人的精神图腾。作为全球传唱度最高的粤语歌曲，《海阔天空》在不同语境中衍生出多重解读：摄影群体的抗争战歌，异乡游子的精神慰藉，青春记忆的情感载体。其跨世代共鸣源于对自由命题的普世书写，既包含个体追求，亦指向集体无意识中的身份焦虑。在数字时代，这首歌通过短视频平台实现代际传播，00后乐迷用弹幕致敬家驹的现象，印证了经典文本的永恒魅力。相较于同时代商业情歌，《海阔天空》的宏大叙事与人文关怀突破了流行音乐的娱乐边界。黄家驹将摇滚精神本土化的实践，为华语音乐开辟了思想表达的通道。歌曲中西方摇滚范式与东方诗意美学的融合，至今仍是音乐研究的典型案例。当流量时代音乐日益碎片化，这首歌坚守的完整叙事与深刻性，反而凸显其超越性的艺术价值。这首作品的生命力证明，真正伟大的音乐从不是时代的消费品，而是照亮精神荒原的火炬。海阔天空的每次重唱，都是对黄家驹音乐初心的唤醒，也是对理想主义不灭的当代确认。